I'm Gordon Reid. I'm the president of Cedar Audio Limited, a company based in Cambridge in the UK. And on this occasion, I'm going to show you a process running on our Cedar Cambridge flagship system, which is called Declip. And this is the way that we remove clipping distortion from audio signals, perhaps because they've been recorded too hot, perhaps because there's been an error in the signal chain and they've been clipped off. And what I've loaded on the screen of the system here is something which is absolutely obviously clipped. It's a bit of solo piano, actually played by me, which we recorded far too hot. And you can see that the signal has been clipped at both the top and the bottom of the range. And that sounds extremely distorted, and it's completely unusable in its present form. And what we did was we developed a system which, naturally, to get rid of clipping, we called it Declip, which enables you to identify the areas of the signal which have been clipped and restore them back to recreate the complete dynamic range, remove the unpleasant sound that's caused by the clipping. So if I play this piece of audio, we can see from the meters up here that the maximum signal level is of the order of peak level of about -8 dBs. You see, this is a type of way of representing the signal which isn't very conventional, but you see these rather strange peaks on either side of the signal. Those are actually the clipped samples. So what I'm going to do is set these two little detection gates and say this is heavily clipped and we want to get rid of it. Run the process, and now you see on the second meter, which is actually the output meter, that now the signal level is peaking about 4 or 5 dBs hotter. Now, why is it doing that? Well, if we stop the playback, I'll take this back to the beginning and very quickly run the process, and you'll see the signal being regenerated as it would have occurred if we hadn't misrecorded it. So now suddenly you don't have a clipped signal anymore, you have a restored signal, and you can see that that looks much more natural, and if you were able to hear it, you would hear that the whole dynamic range of the piano has been restored, the distortion's been removed, and without any obvious artifacts, the signal now sounds completely natural and can be used. In fact, that doesn't even have to be mixed. That restoration is so good that as a piece of solo piano, that can now be used perfectly well in isolation, and nobody need ever know that there was a problem in the first place.